Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken and Ken take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars in the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Aggression in their voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken and Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live and loud, that break in the mud. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're all foes can't fight. From sports to politics,
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning. Welcome to our edition of Ken and Ken in the morning. There's Ken, and hey, we got Fred in the comments already, and it's the off season.
Yeah, we
by way too fast.
we had kind of a football game yesterday where two defenses decided to show up to play, and one offense decided to show up to play.
I'm sorry, but they got the MVP wrong. It should have been the field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Seriously, he had all the points for the first 3 quarters of the game.
Yeah. I was going to say, at least Sam Darnold did make some wild throws out there. And
Yeah, he played well.
Mhm.
I mean, he did what he needed. Look at Oh wait, did he channel his inner neck beard? It looks like he did. He had a couple throws that made you go, but they were put in the appropriate spot as to not get picked. But Drake May had a rough day. I mean, defense. I mean, look at neither of these offensive lines were protecting much.
much. The Patriots' offensive line didn't protect at all. It's like as soon as the ball was snapped, they stepped to the side and said, yeah, fuck that guy up.
Yeah. It's like, like I said, if that had been the Bears or the Packers or the Rams, I think any of the NFC teams that were in the playoffs pretty much win that game last night. Oh, God. Red, we're trying to avoid this, but fine. Bad Bunny gained more yards with the football than the Pats. Oh, my God. Yeah, so we didn't watch it. I mean, look at my wife's from Puerto Rico. Neither of us are big reggaeton fans, so we tuned out and watched another show, which we enjoyed more. I can't believe it has to be more than that today as you peruse X and Facebook and all these other social media platforms where it's like, if you don't like Bad Bunny, you are racist. No, I just don't like reggaeton, and neither does my wife.
And I just chose not to watch either fucking halftime performance because smoking sound like a better use of my time than either one of those.
The TPUSA one was actually pretty good, except for Kid Rock when he came out. He did a lot of whatever that that song. He lip synced. It was obvious, and it was bad. But then he broke into a brand new song, not as Kid Rock, but as his name, and he actually sang. And it was actually pretty good. Their show, I tell you what, the NFL, like we spent all last week talking about everything but the game. And now that after the game, everyone's talking about everything once again except the game. That should tell you how bad the NFL kind of juiced this thing up. Because it should have been about the game. That's what this whole thing should have been about. Or the halftime show should have enhanced the game, not become the only thing that mattered. And honestly, that's sad. The only thing that matters to more people than not right now is a stupid halftime show. It's a halftime show of the friggin' Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl should be what we're talking about, but yet it's all about the halftime entertainment. Whether you watched Bad Bunny or you didn't watch Bad Bunny, whether you like his type of music or you don't like his type of music. But now it's like, well, if you don't like his type of music, you're racist. You're not inclusive. Like, dude, not everyone likes reggaeton. It's like they threw, like, I don't know, Napalm Death up there and said, you're racist if you don't like napalm death. If you don't like death metal, you're racist. Like,
Okay,
no,
I was gonna say I have no idea what in the fuck that even
yeah,
is.
napalm death is death metal. It's like, come on, man. Like that's what's sad. The game itself was okay. I mean, defensive battle,
Mhm.
okay. Not
If
exciting
I
defensive
can tell
battle.
you, if I'm Christian Gonzalez, I am fucking pissed. He played himself one outstanding game, and that offensive line said, "Nah, we don't want to win."
I mean,
Hey, what's up there,
Sea Chickens
JB?
did what they needed to do yesterday, man. They got the run established a little bit or enough. I mean, I don't know. I guess he kind of should be the MVP. I mean, he didn't get the touchdown because of that penalty, which is kind of like, okay. But I mean, he kind of was the engine. But I'm sorry, your field goal kicker is the MVP because without him, you maybe don't win this game. He set an NFL record in the Super Bowl yesterday.
Mm-mm. Oh, the Patriots also set an NFL record in the Super Bowl yesterday too. They now have the most losses of any team in a Super
Oh,
Bowl.
yeah. Well, when you've been to more Super Bowls than anyone, I mean that kind of
Oh, that shouldn't come with the territory.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, Fred. It's just like I'm so sick of hearing about it. Like, look at the NFL. Hopefully, they learn something. Because here's the irony of it. Like, I get that he had that big message on the board, "Love is stronger than hate," or whatever it was. That's the gist of it. Yet all the hate this morning coming out of certain folks. It's like, dude, did you not get his message? And I mean, like I said, it should be about the game. The halftime show should enhance the game, not become the show itself or become the talking point. Like the game should be the focus, and it had been the focus before the game. It's not the focus after the game. Even when we're sitting here trying to talk about the game, we can't talk about the game because the halftime show. I mean, I think that there's another thing though, and Fred, by the time you got to halftime, I think a lot of people were going to tune out anyway.
When
A
you
lot of
have
people,
when you had one offense that their entire first half was nothing but punt, it's
yeah.
hard to be excited about that. Like, hey, I'm a guy that loves a good defensive battle, but once you had an offense that's inept.
Well, like, here's an interesting one for you, Ken. So a Bears fan and a Packers fan sit down to watch the Super Bowl together. That's exactly what happened here at my house. My next door neighbor, the Packer fan, came over, and we were all watching the game. And I look over to him about midway through, like I don't know, maybe it was like 3/4 of the way through the first. I'm like, dude, because even the commercials weren't that great this year, right?
No.
I looked and said, dude, they've been burning through commercial breaks so fast, they're not even going to commercial anymore. Did you notice that? They
Hmm.
had burned through commercial breaks so fast that they didn't even go to
I
commercial after punts like they normally do.
I literally said that to my buddy once all that shit was going down with how crappy the fucking offenses were and all the commercials. It's getting towards the end of the game, and I noticed we're not going to commercial breaks. I go, holy shit, they ran out of commercials.
Dude, they ran out of commercials in the first half. I mean, in the first half, they had already stopped for the commercial break. And look at, to be honest, most of the commercials this year, the only one I gotta give credit to is Uber Eats, right? Because last year it was Matthew McConaughey, but it's all about food. Oh, Jerry, his last name, right? All that kind of stuff. And then this year they went to football is not about food with oh, what's his name? Bradley
Cooper.
Cooper, right? And then this year they married it all together at the Super Bowl. They put both ad campaigns together. And that was ingenious, right? That was kind of fun. But yeah, the commercials to
Yeah.
quote YouTube was meh.
Yeah. Yeah. My absolute favorite one was 50's DoorDash. If you know 50 Cent, each thing he pulled out of that DoorDash bag was him fucking with somebody. First it was Floyd Mayweather, then it was Ja Rule, and it was two against or P. Diddy.
But I mean, it's just kind of like funny that even the
Awesome.
commercials were kind of meh this year. Um, They really weren't that good. The game wasn't that good. The halftime show was anything. For some people, they like if you like reggaeton, you like Bad Bunny, it might have been good if that's your thing. For other people, it wasn't. So typical Super Bowl halftime show where a lot of people just didn't like the type of music, and then now this year you threw in the political piece of it, which made it even worse. The only difference this year is like not only did we have the Puppy Bowl, but we had an alternative halftime music show, which about 15, 16 million people tuned into. It looks like, dude, that's a pretty, people are like, oh, but the NFL got 124 million worldwide. I mean, that that no one really, the Super Bowl is always going to get that. Period. I mean, the fact that like 16 million are people, tuned out to go to an alternative halftime show is a pretty significant number. And considering the most of that 16 million was in the United States, probably, right? That's a pretty significant block of viewers. Like if it was like the rating system, that'd be a very good rating share they got. So
Well,
the NFL, dude, that's money on the table. That's money on the
wow.
table.
Ken, like how you like to say about the NFL going international and going to Europe, I think this was a major step for them doing that because he might not be big here, but he's
But
huge
he's
all
not
over the
big in
rest of the
most of
world.
Europe though either. Like he's big in Spain a little bit, not in England, not in Germany, not in Italy, not
Oh, he's
a
the
lot
number
of
one
places.
international artist, so it's
Yeah,
hard
but
to
a lot.
argue with that.
But look in these international places where they watched it, people they don't look at halftime shows like we do to begin with. I mean, I look at I if you're going to hit an international fan base, then do something truly international. But I mean, look at some people like Bad Bunny. You know, like see, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is the exact bullshit I'm saying. Bad Bunny is trash. I'm sorry, Mike. He's trash. And if you want to call me names, you can, because my Puerto Rican wife will tell it to your face too. He's trash. I,
Ah,
just, just,
there's got to be some people out there that like him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, people are emotionally
I'm not
tied
one
to
of
this.
them. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that I am either, but there's some out
Hey,
there.
Mike, let me put it to you this way: he's trash, and
Hey,
I can say he's trash because I don't like his music, and for me, he's trash. You may like his music, for him, he's not trash, and that's fine. But a lot of people don't like his music. Period. End of discussion. I mean, oh, you can't say he's trash. Yeah, I can, and I just did, and I'll say it again. I thought this was true though too. Kid Rock comes out in his intro, and the intro song, which is one of his first hit, dude, bad lip sync. But then when he did the new song under his name, that was actually I enjoyed that song. Um, my wife enjoyed that song too. But yeah, the lip syncing by Kid Rock was bad. See, look, I'll throw shade at both shows. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly why I didn't watch either. I'm so good on all of that.
Yeah, I mean,
yep.
oh my goodness, wait a minute. I'm sorry, we forgot to do something. We forgot to do something.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
got it.
We forgot about our jag off.
We have a jag off in the comments this morning. Good morning, Yinzer. Yeah, I think a lot of people wait for another movie to fall out. But once again, the sad part is we're still arguing about the halftime shows and not the game itself. I mean, look, and like I said last week, the game would have to be spectacular. This was going to happen, and guess what? The game wasn't spectacular, and the crown jewel this year was not the crown jewel. Yeah, Black Eyed Peas was not a good show either.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
Well, they can't, JB, because one of them committed suicide and died a few years ago. So there will be no comeback by Millie Vanilli.
You can have a seance.
I didn't think the game was that bad. Like, I thought that the guy who wanted his team to score 35 points.
All right, Joe's
And
breaking
get
up. Is
these-
Lava Warrior? Wait, Lava Warrior. Let me go back up to Lava Warrior. Dude, once again, you're the problem. You're the problem. The problem is not everyone likes reggaeton or likes his style of music or likes him as an artist. That doesn't make him any of this. I guess you're including my wife in on this conversation, who, by the way, is born and raised Puerto Rican. Her family lineage goes back to Puerto Rico for centuries. But okay, Lava Warrior. This is the problem with what happened to the Super Bowl. This is what happened with the Super Bowl. This is what's sad. That this is what we're getting after the Super Bowl. It has nothing to do with the fact that Bad Bunny's Puerto Rican can give two shits. Don't like his music. And his politics didn't help it either. What some of the stuff he was saying coming into the show, that didn't help either. I mean, look at Green Day, man. Green Day, actually, I was surprised by how much I liked Green Day pre-show. You know what was interesting, though, about the pre-game Green Day thing? Normally, that's done off stadium, right? Like last year when it was Avril Lavigne and Joan Jett, that was all outside the stadium. That was interesting.
Yeah,
Mike, fuck off, dude. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like, oh, let's put your wife on the show. What? Like, you think I'm lying to you about my wife? Fuck you, dude. Seriously, just fuck off. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for the language, people, but this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't watch
you're gonna
any of the
interrogate
music.
my wife, Mike, because she doesn't like Bad Bunny and she's from Puerto Rico and it doesn't fit your sensitive little needs. I mean, seriously, dude. Ugh.
I didn't think
My
the game
wife,
was
by the
that
way,
bad,
was
to be honest with
unhappy
you.
with the outcome of the game as well
Joe-
because she wanted the Pats to win.
Yeah, Joe, I like the defensive battle of it, but how inept New England was on offense, I couldn't get over. And yes, I know a lot of it has to do with Seattle too, but once you have somebody giving up a shit ton of sacks and Drake May just getting shell shocked out there, that poor man is probably still twitching as we're talking right now.
But
Hey, Mike,
that's
I
part of the
gave you,
game,
not
though,
only did
dude.
I give you her opinion of the show, I told you what her opinion was. She doesn't have to tell you her opinion. If she doesn't want to come on air, I'm her husband. I can speak on her behalf, but she can speak on my behalf in a lot of cases. She also did not like the outcome of the game because she wanted the Patriots to win. Would you like her to come talk about that too? Take a long walk, buddy.
So, personally, I just felt like the Seahawks defense was just that good, man. And like sometimes it's like that. Like I felt like Christian Gonzalez played the game of his career. Like, he basically, in my opinion, he kept the Patriots in it as long as he could. And he's just like, fuck, can you score some points, man? Like at some point, like, can we get a touchdown or something? Like how many times do you need me to give you the ball back? Like,
Joe, I would give you that more if we didn't see the Patriots offense struggle like crazy against Denver too. And yes, I know Denver's another really good defense, but it's not. Yeah, it's they have done this pretty much throughout the playoffs and now in the Super Bowl too. Of the offense just barely putting stuff out there. That's my thing with it.
The Cooper Cup, as we were watching the Cooper Cup catch too. Fred brings that up. Like we were sitting there, like. And we were like, if they had ruled that a complete pass, it would have been hard to overturn. That was so freaky because, like, when you watch the replay, the grass didn't move when the ball touched it. So was it an optical illusion? Was like, were your eyes playing tricks with you with that ball? Did it hit the ground? Did it hit the ground? If this game had turned out any differently, that play might have been argued for the next 10 years because that ball, I don't know, did it hit the ground? Did it not hit the ground? It was hard to tell even from the replay. The grass didn't move. There were no beads that came up. You didn't see the grass move.
I was gonna say it looked like the grass moved a little bit. You didn't get the beads, but it looked like it just barely made contact with it.
So because it's natural grass, you're not gonna get the beads.
Oh, I thought don't they put the beads too on natural grass?
No,
that way it helps with determining shit like that.
Oh no, that those are little rubber.
I know what they are. Mm-hmm.
Rubber pellets they just put in the fake grass, not in the real grass. But I mean, it was really hard to tell. Like it was just like, but once again though, they have camera angles we don't, and like my neighbor's wife's like, they should have like a camera that's on the field level. I'm like, I bet they do. We're just not seeing it. You got to figure they have that field covered. But that was like, dude, could have been a huge play. Um, that 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 could have been huge. I mean, that cup play that was a close one. But if they had ruled that or completed pass on the field, I don't know if they would have been able to overturn it. And then also with the clock run off, I don't know how that would have affected New England. 'Cause remember, they were out of timeouts at that point, or not New England. I mean, Seattle. Yeah. Hey, what's cool is like one of the guys from the Seahawks is from here in Pensacola too. So it's pretty cool. You're seeing Pensacola, Florida, under his name as they're talking. But that game, dude, like the Pats, like offensively, they like their running game was non-existent. Their passing game, their offensive line looked like the Bears 2 years ago. Drake May had a couple escapes, but he wasn't the magic. Now you see why he wasn't MVP. Yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit disappointing. The game to me was a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, because Drake May didn't even really try escaping until I'd say midway through that third quarter there. Before that, it was just almost like to me he was shell shocked that it was just coming at him and it was just too fast for him to process. I kind of wonder, did we see that Drake May got here just a little too early?
Yeah, I mean,
I said that.
Yeah, you did, Joe. I think, Joe, if you look at the AFC too, the AFC was so dysfunctional this year, and somehow they get through. Because actually, when you go back to the playoffs, the best playoff games we had this year were in the NFC. Bears, Rams, Seahawks, Bears, Packers. Those games, like any one of those, the winners of those games could have and should have won the Super Bowl. I mean, and I'll include the Packers on that because the Packers, their defense was still mighty good, and that DJ Moore and Love were sitting at the game yesterday, going, "Dude, either one of us could have won this game if we were here today." I mean, that's how good the NFC North is. The only pleasure I got out of the game was seeing Vikings fans being mad that Sam Darnold won the game.
Having to watch Sam Darnold hoist the trophy.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, dude, is that the New England's defense showed that they're Super Bowl ready, dude. Like they kept that team in that game. The offense, not so much. And this is where I agree with what you were saying, Ken. Like the offense has been, doing that throughout the playoffs. And the reason is because now they're playing everybody's a good team, right? Like it's not like in the regular season when you had the cupcake schedule of the league, right? Like now everybody's good. But I think this is a good experience for New England because it's going to show them exactly where they need help. Like if I'm Mike Vrabel, I'm looking at that game and I'm saying, okay, our defense is pretty good, but our offense, we need some superstars. Like we need some playmakers, dude. Like,
and they've got a good wide receiver.
And we need some offensive line help.
You've got a good wide receiver. You just couldn't get him the ball. You need a running game. You need a tight end game. You need an offensive line. You have like Diggs is a good wide receiver. He can still do damage, but they got him the ball like what, once or twice tops. I mean, they couldn't deliver him the ball because the quarterback was running for his friggin' life or trying to find out, hey, where can I apply for WITSEC? I mean, it was that kind of game for them. And the thing that made this game so boring was 3 and out, 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 3 and out. And I was like, oh God. And then finally in the fourth quarter, like you get some turnovers and okay, now it gets a little exciting in the fourth quarter. By that time, dude, between the boringness of the first half, the controversy of the halftime show, and then the way the third quarter started, people are like, yeah, let me go turn Netflix on and just binge watch something.
You know what that game reminded me of, or like how I would describe it is like it's like a heavyweight boxing match, right? And like basically in the first round, like one fighter just landed a jab, and then in the second round, that same fighter just landed a jab, and like those were the only punches landed in the fight.
Oh,
And then
wait.
it's like, and then like you get to like the 10th round, and it's like they start throwing a few more punches, but it was like, dude, the first 5 rounds was jabs. Like it was like one jab around, dude.
Yeah.
Like
So
that's what it was like.
so what you're saying, it was like watching an end stage Floyd Mayweather fight.
Oh, I'm not gonna do Floyd like that. I know he ran, but the dude also he punched. You know, he had a
Occasionally.
share of knockouts in his career.
Well, hey, look.
How many at the end of them,
offseason-
though?
So today we'll
You're not gonna
probably
get no
hear.
argument from me there.
Today we'll probably hear about the Raiders getting their new head coach today or tomorrow, right? The Bears already made a move today. The Canadian Eagle
Actually,
has
we
been
got it last
re-signed.
night.
Did he
We
announce
got
it last night?
he after the Super Bowl. You know, in the post game when they were doing like the trophy and all that
Yeah.
stuff, a reporter came up to him, you know, congratulated him and said, so what's next? And he was like, I just want to celebrate tonight. But he said Las Vegas, and she was like, so that's for sure. He's like, oh yeah, that's for sure. He's like, I'm going to Las Vegas.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll get the official announcement press conference probably tomorrow, I'd assume. The Bears, re-signed a player, so now we're going to start seeing some re-signings. We're into that. The Bears, Canadian Eagle, he's back. But I'm surprised they only gave him a 1-year deal. I saw that report on Facebook this morning. I went to go verify it. I don't know how. That was Shane Taub, though. He's usually pretty good with, he gets good stuff. Yeah, he confirmed it. Okay. So, or maybe David was talking about the coaching piece. I'm not sure. But we're going to start to see some player movement now. We're in the off season. It's just, what a flop of a Super Bowl, just in general. The game wasn't that great overall. The halftime show ended up like the discussion even about the game, pre-game, during the game, and post-game was all about the halftime show. Instead of enhancing the game, it kind of took away. And now people are like, okay, yep, it's Cancun time. Let's get into player stuff and the off season. It's just kind of like for the season, there was some of the great storylines that were going on, right? It's just like it was like
Started
a
with a
thud.
bang and ended with a fizzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
mean,
agree.
congratulations to Seattle, because unfortunately their story gets lost in a lot of this. Like they had a good dude. It's a good story. 2nd-year coach, a guy who was going to leave for corporate America, comes back into coaching. The last 2 years they've been playing really good ball, and this year was, even the preseason. None of us had Seattle winning the division. None of us had Seattle in the Super Bowl. I mean,
I seriously thought they
story.
were going to be 3 or 4 in their division
Yeah.
because of how their offensive line looked.
Yeah. And they just lost Geno Smith. They brought in the Ginger Jesus, and we're like, oh, okay. And
You know what? To me, the greatest storyline is from this day forward, whenever you talk about Sam Darnold, you're going to have to say Super Bowl winning quarterback, Sam Darnold.
yeah. I mean,
And
and that's like a
And he
lot of that
didn't deal for
story.
it, dude. He didn't deal for his way to that Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. And that's the sad thing is so much stuff got lost in this Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Yeah, the first ginger quarterback, first USC quarterback to win a Super Bowl. A lot of that stuff got lost because of all the other stuff surrounding this game, unfortunately.
I'm not worried about the first ginger quarterback or the first UFC quarterback. For me, it's about the redemption arc of Sam Darnold. Like,
Well, yeah,
that
it's
dude
all
was
that. Though. I mean, it's all,
that dude was like he was one game away from being on the trash heap, dude, and then all of a sudden Minnesota picks him up, dusts him off, and then now he's a Super Bowl champion. Like that's a great story.
Joe, JB likes these superfluous little stats like that. That's a JB thing, man. Give the man his.
But why? I didn't even see the comment. What did he put up his stats from the game?
No, the first quarterback, the first.
Oh, he's one who's the first ginger and the first USC.
The first ginger, the first USC. I mean, he likes that's his kind of stats. Yeah, and look at another one though. And JB, I'm with you on these, man. He's the first quarterback from that 2018 draft class to get a ring, not Josh Allen. Look at some other guys have won MVP, league MVP from that class. None of them have a ring. He does. So I mean, a lot of good stories kind of got lost in the shuffle with just as bad of a production as the NFL made. The Super Bowl, the NFL jacked this up this year.
So I got a question. This raises another interesting question, right? Because with Minnesota, it was like, oh, Kevin O'Connell really helped Darnold and this and that, and
he did.
Absolutely he did. But I'm saying what before that, you would have ranked Sam Darnold in the bottom 5 quarterbacks in the league, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Like where does he rank now? Does his performance the last 2 seasons get him into the top 10, top 5 even?
I wouldn't go anywhere near top 5, but I'd argue top 10.
I think could just in the last 2 years in the regular season, he's 28-6.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Those are almost Mahomes numbers.
28-6. I mean,
those are almost Mahomes numbers, dude. I actually think there's an argument to be made that he could crack the top 5.
His and you know what though? Even more so, his contract is very justifiable now. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, Darnold. Look, I don't know if he watches the show. I think he might because he channeled his inner neckbeard for 2 years and becoming a really good quarterback because of it. He is what neckbeard could have looked like with more talent. And I love Orton. Okay. But Orton didn't have the arm talent that Darnold has. Darnold has some talent. And he's like, let me take what Orton did, simplify my game, and just make good, strong throws and make smart decisions like Orton did. He has a decision-making process of Kyle Orton, but more athletic skill than Kyle Orton. That's why he's where he's at. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think you could make an argument over his last 2 years that he's kind of creeping into that top 10 argument. You can. I mean, he was in the MVP talk for most of the season. Yeah, sure, he had a game or two, whatever. But his body of work for the whole year, yeah.
It's not just this year; it's last year too. I think Sam Darnold has become he's become like you said, Ken, a much better quarterback. He always had the arm talent. He's had the arm talent since USC. His problem has always been his decision making, and when he gets hit in the backfield, he tends to lose control of the ball. That's been his problem. But
I think I might have finally figured out what fixed him. He went and called up a few people and got himself an exorcism because he's no longer seeing ghosts out on that field. That was the narrative for him. Shit, his whole career is that Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Sam Darnold seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he saw a single ghost out there last night.
Well, but what does that mean, seeing ghosts? It means that he's seeing pressure where there isn't pressure, and it's forcing him to speed up his process, right? So now he's slowed down his process. He's trusting his offensive line for good or for bad, right? And he's making better, sound decisions. And now he's able to use that arm talent that he has.
Yeah, and what I think is a major point to it, he was even getting beat up in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't seeing ghosts. When he had time, he was sitting there and relatively calm in that pocket.
Yeah, how many times did they sack Darnold last night?
I don't know the official number there, but yeah, he got whacked a few times.
And he was trusting his offensive line, and he was doing what he was supposed to do. He's doing what you expect a high-level quarterback to do. So for me, it's I think he's become a high-level quarterback. I don't think that you can't just pick and choose. Oh, so now he's top 15. His numbers say he's better than top 15. If
I'll give him top 10. Yeah, I'll give him top 10.
I mean, look, Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an amazing quarterback, right? No ring.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love, amazing quarterback, right? No ring. Those are guys we put in the top 5. Sam Darnold, amazing numbers and a ring. I'm just saying, hardware counts sometimes, dude. I'm not saying he's better than Jordan Love. I'm not saying he's better than Josh Allen. but I think the argument could be made that he.
No, I mean, there's an argument, a good
Oh,
argument to be made.
I'll give you the argument there for it. It's just I haven't seen too much wow stuff from him, and I'm used to seeing that wow type of stuff from the top 5 guys. Now, granted, he has done some wow things, and maybe now we're going to see that a bit more. In which, if he does, absolutely, that guy's a top 5. But right now, I got to put him at 10.
We'll see
At
what
10 or in the top 10?
In the top 10.
See, because that could be anywhere from 6 to 10.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. So you put him just outside the elite category,
Yes.
but in the
Yes.
very, very good category.
Yes, absolutely. That's where I
That's
put
fair.
him.
That's fair. I also think, as Ken mentioned, like Sam Darnold has a very reasonable contract for Seattle. I expect that to change shortly. I expect he'll be getting a
he's
ring.
getting an extension. I think he gets an extension. It was only, what, a 2-year deal anyways he signed? Was it a 2-year deal?
I thought I think it's 3.
3? He'll probably get an extension, though. I mean, and he should. He earned it. And by the way, I was just trying to do some double checking. There are that player signing I saw reported. I can't verify anywhere else, so we'll see. It's not even on the Bears aren't reporting it either. But I think we're gonna finally start to see a 3-year deal. Okay, it was a 3-year deal. So yeah, he might get an extension. They may wait till next year, but I mean, look at Darnold earned that contract. He's definitely in the discussion with his body work the last couple of years. From the game perspective, giving Kenneth, like I said, Kenneth Walker getting the MVP. I mean, I guess they had to give it to someone, and they could just give it to the whole defense. I think the field goal kicker should have been it, but obviously they're not going to give it to a field goal kicker because, well, we know how the NFL is about special teams. But the game was just kind of like, yeah, it was kind of a meh game overall. I hope that we do better next season, man. In general, I think just the way the Super Bowl was handled in general outside of the game was meh. And the game itself ended up being a little meh. But I mean, I think it's just compounded because of all the other controversy coming into the game. And the fact that no one cared about this game to talk about it before the game.
Well, I was gonna say, and the fact that we just saw the Seahawks and Patriots playing this Super Bowl 11 years ago. There were all the similarities between the two. I got a feeling a lot of people just kind of checked out of, okay, we've relatively seen this before. Yeah, Seattle won it, and it had flipped it, but still
No, yeah,
kind of
you're right.
relatively the same.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's like if Matthew Stafford had gotten there, there would have been maybe more of a storyline. If the Bears had gotten there, then obviously there would have been a great storyline with the Bears and the Pats as well. But to be honestly, I think the Bears outside it would have done a better storyline because Chicago is more of a major market. But obviously, like the story with the Seahawks and the Bears wouldn't have been much different because the Seahawks were like the Bears, a team no one gave credit to, that no one counted on before the season. So I don't know if nationally it would have changed. I think maybe a little bit just the fact that Chicago's a bigger market than Seattle, maybe. I don't know. This year, just like the Super Bowl to me, just ended up being flat. Not only the game, but the whole production of it, everything about the Super Bowl just seemed like off this year. It just seemed off. Yeah, I mean, like Jason Myers, like really should have been the MVP, but that's okay. Oh, you know what though? Go back up to Fred's comment there about the 60. So, I guess the one guy, they're like, this is it. He's like, I'm too old for this. Like that was, I think, for that group, that was their last Super Bowl. The streak ends at 60. Which, dude, you got to figure these dudes are in their 80s by now. That's friggin' impressive. I mean, I don't know. Would you stop going though? Because at this point, the NFL is giving you a free box. You're not sitting in the stands. You're getting a VIP box, right? because you're promotional now for the NFL.
Yeah, but you also got to remember these are 80-year-old dudes trying to walk through a big ass stadium and all
Mhm.
that. That's
Oh, dude,
probably a
no, they're getting the whole
lot of.
VIP everything, man. They're getting
Golf cart
VIP
all the way up
everything.
to the box.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, but like, I mean, look at. I mean, if the guy doesn't want to go, I get it because of that. But if it were you, would you still go, or do you say, "Nah, man, I'm good"? After 6 weeks,
Man, that would be a hard one to go through to debate between, because I kind of go through that myself with the Packers games. Like, hey, I really want to go see that, but does my back really want to put up with driving 13 and a half hours? So I kind of get where he's coming from with it.
because dude, he's not flying commercial. He's not driving a car to the stadium. You know, the NFL's putting him on a private jet, flying him out there, throw him in a limo, bring him to the
I was gonna
stadium.
say if they did all that, then yes.
Yeah,
You're
David's
gonna
right.
make it to where all I gotta do is stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. All
It
right.
ain't red carpet. It's gold carpet for these three, man. They get everything, right? I mean, no, JB's already asked about next year's logo. Like, dude, I didn't even
Yeah,
look
I
at it.
saw it. I
Yeah,
saw
I
it.
have it. I have it. I mean, but I mean, I don't know. I guess as long as they keep doing all that, I'd probably still go. I mean, but if it's done, that's still a hell of a run, man. Rammstein for the halftime show.
Yeah, that'll go over swimmingly.
Yeah, the NFL's gonna have to fix some things. I mean, I don't know if this is the Janet Jackson moment, but it might be in some ways.
Shit, you mentioned Janet Jackson. Joe's got a giant smile.
Well, he was frozen. That's why I did it. You know, it's just sad that everything else kind of took away from this game, and the game wasn't that great, and that didn't help. The game didn't get good till like the fourth quarter kind of got good, but even by that point, it was already so far out of touch, out of reach for Seattle. It just gave I mean, honestly, by the time New England started doing anything, it was so far out of reach. The game was over. It was a blowout. I mean, can we just say it? This
Mhm,
Super Bowl was a blowout. It sucked.
mhm.
I mean, it's great for and look at Sea Chicken fans. I get it, man. It's great for Seattle, but for everyone else, this Super Bowl sucked.
well, I'm a Raider fan, and I don't know. Like for me, I thought the game was it was interesting for it wasn't the competitive game that we were hoping for, but it was a statement game for the Seahawks, man. Like
Oh,
they're
agree.
they're for real, and they're here to stay for a while, dude. Like
Yeah, because a
they
lot
get
of
that
a
team
lot of
together,
their
they're fucking
yeah. Speaking of that, Joe, a lot of their team is still under contract for next year, so they're going to
yeah.
be able to run this shit back.
Okay, let me go. Let me ask you this though: would you rather have what you had yesterday in that boring ass game, or would you rather have something that was like that Bears Niners slugfest where it was tied at 7, tied at 14, tied at 21, tied at 28, tied at 35?
I
Would you
mean,
rather
it's
have something
obvious.
like
I
that?
would rather have a down to the wire game. I'm just saying I can appreciate what that game was for what it was. Like I
Yeah,
can, as a football fan, I can appreciate the statement. It's like the Legion of Boom Super Bowl against against the Denver Broncos. Like, yeah, was it a kind of a crappy game because it was such a blowout? Yeah, but it's like who does that to prime Peyton Manning, dude? Like,
yeah.
it was
It
a
reminds me.
statement, dude.
NBC jacked it up too because they could have done so much more with the dark side. They only did one lightsaber trick. I mean, that was it. They could have definitely played into that whole dark side of the force thing so much more. And the production value they did on it sucked. They could have really played that up much better, and they didn't. Um, some of the graphics they used for this game, I was like, "Are we back in the '80s?" Um,
The interesting thing though is going
uh,
to be with all the coaches Seattle is losing this year. Like it's not just Clint Kubiak. Like he's probably going to poach a couple of guys from
oh
that
yeah.
staff just to go to Vegas with him, and then you
Well,
have
look at free
all the other
agency.
teams that are looking for, and then you have all the other teams that are looking for new assistants and stuff. Like
Well, and then
Is
free
Seattle even
agency,
going to have a
they're gonna
coaching
lose some
staff?
people. They'll lose some people to free agency as well. I mean, like every team does, whether it's going to be key or not, we'll see next year. I mean, look, the NFC is poised to be the NFC North is just ridiculous. The NFC West is looking like it's going to be ridiculous. And like, let's not even forget that Arizona, while they may be the doormat in the West, they're a pretty solid football team that were a hard out for a lot of teams last year. Uh, Packer fans will tell you that. Took them down to the wire. That's gonna be, they're a team that really is a player or two away from figuring it out. You know, it may not happen for them next year. We'll see what they do in the offseason at quarterback and some other stuff. But Arizona is not an absolutely terrible team. They got some talent. So I mean, the NFC is looking really, really strong. You look at the AFC, a lot more question marks over there, right? I mean, you've got what's going on in Buffalo, what's going on in Baltimore, what's going on in Pittsburgh, what's going on with Cincinnati, what's going
Kansas
on with
City.
Cleveland, Kansas City. Um, it's funny because my neighbor, his wife's a Chiefs fan, and he's like, "Yeah, she won't be seeing her team in the Super Bowl for a long time." And like, "Yep." My wife's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, they're on the decline." Like, "Oh," and they are. I mean, next year will be the farewell tour, probably for Andy Reid and Kelsey. I mean, that's fine. But the NFC is looking tough. Is this what we're going to see for Super Bowls for the next couple of years? Basically the NFC Championship game is really the Super Bowl. Is that what we're going to see for the next 2 or 3 years? I hope not. It's bad for football.
Well, if we get that for the next 2 or 3 years, hopefully Green Bay's in the Super Bowl each one of those years.
Or Chicago.
I don't like that one as much.
Yeah, well, I don't like Green Bay as much. Oh, wait, you got to beat Chicago first, and you're
No, I know. One time. You're
one
just
time. One
yes,
time.
one time in the playoffs. Okay, hold on. Two times
we've only
for a
played
season.
twice in the playoffs ever, or 3 times in the playoffs. So we own that 1, 2, and 3, or 2 and 1. We own this year's 2 and 1 during the Caleb Williams era. He owns you there. I mean, dude, the tide's starting to change. Just saying.
I was gonna say he'll have to get a sweep next year to start talking about any type of ownership.
If we split next year, Caleb still has a winning record on Green Bay.
That's a winning record. That's not owning. Owning is what Rodgers did to you for 10, 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see that with any team for a while in the North, to be honest. But I mean,
you could very well see it happen to whoever happens to play the Vikings.
Man, but the Vikings are a good football team. You just need a quarterback. And, maybe JJ has a year next year. I don't know. It's his third year. His second year starting, third year in the league. We'll see what happens. Vikings still have a pretty good club, but they got some issues too, which we're going to get into this summer a lot. Especially, I was waiting for Darnold to go, "Hey, Quezzy," after the game or something. That would have been great. Yeah, the story of this Super Bowl just kind of was like not the crown jewel.
There are some intriguing teams in the AFC too, though. Like, look at what the Jaguars were able to do this year. If they continue to add to that team, like,
well, in Houston, if that offense can catch up to that defense, oof.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, let's be real. Denver, had Bo Nix not got hurt in that playoff game, you probably were going to see Denver in the Super Bowl. So I mean, we'll see what happens with Bo Nix, how fast he can recover. Look at the Chargers. If their offensive line wasn't decimated, they're a solid football team. So not all hope is not lost in the AFC. I agree with you, Joe. But the NFC is just looking a lot stronger right
now. I definitely agree.
What's going to be interesting,
though, the AFC can catch up. They just need a few, they need a couple more players, and
that's
they
what I was
can
about to say. Is this is the offseason now? Let's see what kind of talent drain we get out of the NFC. Remember a couple years back, it was the same situation. The NFC was looking like, oh, they're going to be dominant for a couple years, and then you had an offseason where the AFC was signing everybody, like all the big signings were going to AFC teams. And then it flipped for a couple of years, right? The AFC was it. Are we in that situation with some of the free agents this year? Like the AFC teams are the teams with money. The AFC teams are they have these glaring needs where they could use these big time free agents. I think the AFC, we're going to see a lot of players going to AFC teams, and we're going to see some talent drain in the NFC for sure. Rashawn Gary could end up in an AFC team, for example, right? With trades, who knows? Maybe. Oh yes, by the way, they talked about Max Crosby on the local news in Chicago yesterday about making a trade for Max Crosby, and Joniak was saying that if you're the Bears, because Max might not be ready, he won't be able to pass a physical if they were to make a trade here in the offseason. Would the Bears still be willing to make a trade for a guy who might not be ready to go? So they're throwing up some caution signs in Chicago, which I'm happy to see that the media is doing that versus the normal, we're going to go get Max Crosby kind of stuff we get in the offseason. I was happy to see a caution flag go in the air. But look, we're going to see some moves like that. We're going to see. I think the AFC is going to be very aggressive. Some of these AFC teams, like, dude, if you're Cincinnati, they're going after. They're going to try to sign every good offensive lineman they can get their hand on, and they're going to be looking to pick up some defense. If you're the Chargers, you're looking to sign some people.
Vegas.
The Steelers.
Vegas has over 100 million.
Yeah.
They're going to be spenders, dude.
I get where Yins are at. They went from mediocre Mike to another mediocre Mike. But if Aaron Rodgers comes back, maybe they put some money in. Look at, I think Yins, I think for your team, here's the problem. They're in that kind of caught in the middle piece because you've got aging talent that's still serviceable, right? And they can play good games still. And so you got that hope of like they can still win games. What do we do? Do we completely tear it down and start the rebuild now? Or what? And I think the answer is the or what, because that's why they bring in Mike McCarthy to try to get one more year out of this team. And then after this next season, if they don't get it and Rodgers retires, they're going to start getting rid of guys. And then you know what? Mediocre Mike 2.0 will be the butt of the jokes, and he's going to suck for a year or two when they totally destroy this team to rebuild it, and then he'll be unceremoniously fired with a bunch of cheers from Steeler fans, and then they'll get the next bell of the ball in 2 or 3 years as a head coach and rebuild that team. I mean, I think that's what Seattle's making one last ditch effort for it. So I would not be surprised, or Seattle, the Steelers, I would not be surprised if the Steelers make some moves in the offseason. I think they're like, look, we got one more year and then that's it. Actually, I think that's where the Steelers are. I think that's why they brought McCarthy in, because they figured, well, if we're going to make one more run with Rodgers, let's at least bring in a coach that he knows and it will keep him here. And I think that's the deal with the Steelers. The AFC, though, I see a lot of players going to the AFC.
Honestly, if I was the Steelers, I would tear it down this year. I mean, you're not going to get what you would have got 2 or 3 years ago for TJ Watt, but you could still get a good haul. I would trade TJ Watt. I would trade Jalen Ramsey. I would trade all my aging veteran players for draft picks and try to reload that team.
Is Ramsey the most traded star out there right now?
Quite possibly.
I mean, how many teams? That dude's got more teams than Sam Darnold. And just as many rings, right? He's only got 1 ring with the Rams.
Yeah, but I would tear it down now. Honestly, Rodgers didn't show me anything last year that makes me say he's going to win me a Super Bowl. And you have a defense that's competent, like it has a few aging vets on it. I would get rid of those aging vets and try to infuse younger talent into that defense. Like I would keep some of the guys that like Joey Porter, for example. He's young and he's one of the best corners in the league. I would definitely hang on to him. But
yeah, I definitely wouldn't move on from Joey Porter either.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Keep your young guys and get new young guys.
How many years does Watt have left?
Watt. Yeah, Watt. I'm getting rid of. I'm
So, but
trading
how
him.
many years? No, okay. If you're the Steelers, yeah, you're saying that. Now put yourself
Yeah,
as the other team. How many years does Watt have left that would make you want to trade?
3 to 5.
At
So
least
if you're
probably 3.
Green Bay, Detroit, Chicago, are you giving up the capital to trade for TJ Watt?
Depends on what you want for him
Mhm.
because of that 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Now, I think you might be able to get somebody to give up like a conditional second. And by conditional second, I mean that's the top of it because of his age
So
and the contract.
I think you'll get more than that.
Let's go another route. Let's look at what the Packers did in the offseason last year, right? With that trade. How many years do you think he has left?
Who,
Maybe-
Parsons?
Yeah, Parsons.
Oh, God. 8, 10 maybe? Something like that, because he's only been in the league now. This is his 4th or 5th year it was.
It's been 5 years, so he's about 25, 26. I think he's about 4 years younger than Watt, right? No. How old is Watt? Is he 28, 29?
Oh, he's got to be in his 30s.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's 31.
31. Okay. So Watt, you in that contract's prohibitive. He's got the big contract.
Mhm.
But if you're Chicago, i.e. Max Crosby, they're talking about him because look, he could be the guy that puts you over the top. So is it worth it for possibly 3 or 4 years? I think it's a deal with if the Steelers are going to start selling, they're going to eat a lot of contracts.
Obviously, you might be able to get that done with it like that, because I got a feeling that contract combined with his age is going to make people a little hesitant on it.
Yinzer, your team is going to be a team to watch this offseason because this is the argument. Are they going to try to make this a go for one more year, or do they really take stock and go, you know what, we need to sell?
I actually
If
think
Aaron
you're right, Ken.
Rodgers says,
I
if
think
Aaron Rodgers
they've
says,
already made the decision.
well, I think a lot of it.
I think they've
hinges on
made the
Aaron
decision
Rodgers.
that they're going to run it back one more year. But I just
No,
said,
I
in my
agree,
opinion,
Joe,
I think that they should have torn it down this year.
No, but Joe, I agree, but Aaron Rodgers has not signed yet. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign, I think they start selling. I think
That's
all
a good point.
hinges on Aaron Rodgers re-signing, McCarthy hiring, and everything else is all trying to get Rodgers stay so they can make one more run. That's where I agree with you. I think they've decided we're going to do this one more time, but it all hinges on Aaron Rodgers coming back. If Aaron Rodgers says, you know what, guys, I'm done. I'm hanging up the cleats. I've been a career. I'm retiring. I'll see you in the Hall of Fame in 5 years. I think the Steelers might start selling.
One thing I think the Steelers should do is they should make a move in the first round if they have to. I don't think they would have to trade up very much at all, but I think they should do whatever they have to do to get Ty Simpson, because if they can get Rodgers back for a year and let Ty Simpson sit behind him for a year, it would really fast track his growth and his readiness to start. Because I see a lot of talent in Ty Simpson from Alabama. He's a good young quarterback. He just doesn't have a lot of starts. But I mean, sitting for a year behind one of the greats, like that's definitely going to help you out. Look what it did with Jordan Love. Granted, he had more years, but even 1 year, you're going to learn something, man.
Well, guys, we're going to have an interesting offseason. It starts today. Unfortunately, the Super Bowl just kind of fell flat this year in general, overall. Game, everything around it. It's kind of like, not really a great end to what was a great season. It just sucks the season's over already, man. It just feels like it just started and boom, it's already over. I guess that's the way we feel every year. Keep it here, guys. We're going to have a lot of interesting stuff this offseason. I think this is going to be a banger. I think this offseason, more than last year, is going to be a banger. We're going to have some interesting. I have a feeling there are going to be some trades that are going to make our jaws drop.
Hopefully not Max Crosby.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
See. Keep it here, fellas. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great
I'm not as confident
Monday.
as I was, but I'm hoping.
Have a great Monday. Don't forget, Team USA Hockey's on this week, so we got that to watch. All right, guys. Have a great one.